because I've been through so much stuff. I felt so much pain and so much heartbreak and struggled with stuff and hated myself for a good chunk of my life. And again, this show started 4.5 years ago. I was laying in bed in my dark apartment and I was going, I heard the words I was saying to myself. You know, I never acknowledged them before. I just had these words. There's crap. You suck. You're ugly. People hate you. You're a failure. You're a loser. You'd have all horrible things. And I'd say, I'd never say these to another person, but I'm saying them to myself. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but I go, I got to fix this. And again, I talked about it a lot before. I popped on some positive affirmation video. And one thing led, and then I went for a walk and I listened to the positive words while I was walking. And suddenly I go, hey, you know, my voice in my head started changing. Life is a learning experience, and hopefully we get a little better every day. And that growth or that learning curve isn't a curve, and it's not a straight line. It's as you figure things out. I know for me, I put a lot of weight on where I am every moment, and when that learning curve is down at this end, I feel like I suck, or I'm a failure, I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm arguing about something with my wife. That doesn't mean she's bad or I'm bad or we're bad or we can't work as a couple or that things need to be thrown out and started over. And I think my first instinct in life is to do that, to run, to hide, to be afraid, to worry, to fret. And I'm working through that. And I'm working through that as part of developing as a person. And life and emotions and paths and careers and relationships and spirituality, that none of them are a straight line up. We have highs and lows. And when we evaluate our whole life and our whole opinion of ourselves or our spouse or our family or our careers, on the day your boss yelled at you, it doesn't mean your career sucks or your job sucks or you suck at your job. It just means you had a bad day. And I think too often I come up with a huge valuation on me, on my career, on my life, on my relationship, on my friends. You know, I get in an argument with a friend, my friends suck. No, my friends don't suck, and no, I don't suck. I just got in an argument or had a disagreement, or they bothered me or I bothered them. And we don't have to fix everything, and we don't have to figure out next year's answer today. We don't even know the question is for next year. And I think a lot of us, I know for me as a worrier or a guy that struggles with some stuff, it's so easy to get caught in the future and get worried about something that may or may not come down the road. And it's best just to handle the issues and problems. You know, you keep maybe one eye on the future. You keep one eye on the future, but you handle, the problems as they come. And you don't need to fix, today's got enough problems. You don't necessarily need to, chomp into tomorrow's problems, or don't imagine tomorrow's problems today. Because that's just for me at least, it was a recipe for stress and anxiety and a bunch of stuff. It's so easy to get overwhelmed. You know, I'm sitting outside, I'm watching the leaves come down, and we got a big yard, and if I started thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to take a while, I got to get the blower, but I don't have time to get the blower, I got to meet my friends out for coffee in a little bit, and I've got to finish up my live show, how am I going to get to the leaves, and crap, the garage is a mess, and crap, I'd like to do some laundry today. I know it's so easy in life to get overwhelmed with life, and overwhelmed with the world, and overwhelmed with everything, with relationships, with homework, with dinner, with cleaning, with putting air in my back left tire and oil in my car, because it needs both. And if you think about it all, and you think about raking and laundry and oil and air and dinner and babies and picking up kids, you're going, I can't handle it. The world's too much. But the way you handle it is just like you'd handle eating an elephant. You do it one bite at a time. The time goes by fast. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to be 65, and I'm going to wake up the next day, I'm going to be 75. And I don't say that as a message of sadness or gloom or doom. I say it honestly as a message of hope and a message of positivity and a message to enjoy the day, enjoy the leaves that are falling and the sun that is shining and the beautiful view I have out my window and the coffee I'm drinking and the little things. Because if you forget about the little things, life is over. And I think we're here to enjoy it as it comes and appreciate the gifts that are all around us. And I'll tell you what, I was watching a video by Tony Robbins, and I talk about it the same way. I think he said the two worst emotions that we experience are fear and anger. And I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I'm not making any judgment about that. But I do agree with the solution. The solution with both of them is gratitude. When I am struggling the most, or hurting the most, or depressed the most, or worried the most, or angry the most, or afraid the most, or sad the most, if I think about things I'm grateful for, that helps my emotion more than anything. It makes me feel a little better. And we all have a lot to be grateful for. And again, even if it's not so obvious, your husband doesn't have to bring you a bouquet of flowers to be thankful for your husband, and your wife doesn't have to make you a fantastic dinner for you to be grateful for your wife. Just the little things they do, and the silly little things they do, and sometimes even the kind of annoying things they do. And there was a great scene from Good Will Hunting, which is a great movie. I got the chills just thinking about it, where Robin Williams is talking to Matt Damon in their therapy appointment, and he was talking about his wife and the love he had for his wife. And he was talking about some things that didn't sound so beautiful or attractive or wonderful to Matt Damon's character. But Robin Williams said, no, that was the good stuff. That's what made her special and what makes me laugh and still puts a smile in my heart. If you expect to be always happy, I think you have unrealistic expectations of the world and life. I think the sooner you accept stubbing your toe, or your dog pooping on the couch, or your kids leaving their shoes in the entryway, or your flat tire, the sooner you accept that, the easier it is to find joy in the moment and to find happiness in the longer term. But if you expect to be happy all the time, you're going to be disappointed. The more we're okay with the downs and appreciative of the ups, I don't know. I think the easier life goes. Woke up last night and was worried a little bit. And I think for most of my life, I would have fought that worry and said, dang it, what's wrong with me? Why am I afraid? Why am I worried? Why am I thinking about tomorrow? Or why am I thinking about this issue or that issue? And I'd start struggling with it. And we've all heard the expression, what we focus on expands. And it's true. And if you kind of put that stuff aside and go, I'm feeling stuff, whether that stuff could be anger, fear, jealousy, pain, worry, whatever. You go, okay, well, hey, that's interesting. That's an interesting feeling, an interesting experience. Okay, I'm feeling these things. It's easier to put it down and go, okay, well, there you go. Anger, jealousy, fear, worry, concern, sadness. I'll just put you over there because I've acknowledged you and I'm not shocked that I've felt them. Suddenly, because you were able to address the negative, the emotions we classify with negative words, you were able to acknowledge them, accept them, address them, and put them down. you could get back into the moment and realize that I don't know, life's pretty good. Our brains are wired to worry and fear, for fear and worry, but sometimes it makes it hard to live and hard to be at peace and hard to be joyous and hard to be in the moment and hard to appreciate your wife, your dog, your kids, the beautiful fall weather, because you're worried about your mortgage bill, or you're worried about, I don't know, oil in your car, or whatever you might be worried about. And I think you can train your brain to get in a more positive frame. Spirituality was a big part of me, feeling better, believing in a higher power, and finding purpose and meaning on those days when it's hard to find purpose and meaning, because we all have them. We just don't want to own them and make them who we are. We just want to make them little blips. I've had a lot of highs and lows, and I'm not too ashamed or proud to admit that I've had lows, and I'm willing to share them, and hopefully they help you guys a little bit. Accept that life's not always going to be perfect, and you're not always going to be happy, and that the sun's not always going to be shining. And accept it and put it down and embrace the goodness that is all around us or is right in front of us. And I'll leave you with that.